What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another one of my PGA model breakdowns here for Awesemo.com on the Awesemo.com YouTube channel. I believe we are back up on here. Nonetheless, I am back in breaking down the Waste Management Open, or my model for the Open. Added a couple of new features over the last few weeks or so, and want to go over those and, of course, give you who I'm looking at in terms of top ownership and top price range quickly, and go over some of the features of it. So let's go and dive right in. This is your first video. I probably say this a decent amount on the videos. I apologize if I do. This video is just to go over, again, I'm going to go over quickly what you see on the first page, second page, so on and so forth. So this is the full model. This is where I bring everything onto one screen for you. So strokes gained, top correlated stats this week that I have, the approach proximity, recent form, course history, and of course DraftKings points. Then, if that's not enough for you, you can go down to each individual thing. So what I'm going to do is, sorry, I don't really know. That's probably from last week, so we can just delete that. Sorry I'm doing this while you guys are in here, but here we go. Okay, so this is one of the new features that I put in here. This is the weekly cheat sheet. Okay, this is, it's going to show you, it has a drop-down menu. You've got to download it. First off, you have to be an Awesemo Plus member, and you've got to download it. Then once you download it, you'll be able to come to this weekly cheat sheet page and click any golfer in this entire field and get all of their most recent statistics, including that course history that I just mentioned, the DraftKings points, and their strokes gained information. In fact, I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger so everybody can see it a little bit better. I could barely even read it, so we'll move it up a bit. This just goes to show you what the player has done here, how many points he scored recently, and what the strokes gained are. So really nice feature that you can go and do. Go and click for every single person in the field. Okay, so then next is the strokes gained database screener. This is going to show each individual player's strokes gained for the entire last 52 weeks. You can see I've got it up to the waste management of last year, so tons of data in there. Okay, the same thing here is you go up to the player's name, click whoever you want, and we'll find Sung you'll know, who looks like he played pretty good last week. Not bad, just needed to get the approaches a little bit better. But that's also his second or third start back. So anyways, that should give you a pretty clear indication of what's going on. These next two blocks here that you see, those are actually, these ones here are actually the entire strokes gained information. That's all of my thing. I'm just going to hide it for clarity purposes. If you really want to download all the data from the last year, go ahead, take it. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Just hide it for clarity purposes. Anyways, okay, so here's how the model breaks out. Here's how many points each player is getting for each specific category and what their total points is. The next one, of course, is the make your own points, or make your own model, I should say. And here you go in and you put the allocation that you'd want for each of these individualized metrics. And it'll give you a total point here in column R. So that's your make your own model, or MYOM. So in this column here, you can see the difference. Once you populate your own rankings, it'll come up with the difference between the two, of course, just a tool that I like to do. Okay, moving along, of course, official World Golf ranking, odds, and then strokes gained ranked by the field, if you want to see that. Other stats, so I put everything in here, not just the correlated ones. I put all the ones that I follow for this week. So bunch of, I'll call them alternative or older statistics. Of course, then breaking out approach proximity. Oh, geez, I'm misspelling there. I apologize. I don't know where that came from. This would be the approach from this year, which is only a couple of rounds, so I'm not putting that much emphasis on it at this point. I'll just put one in here to differentiate the two. Okay, we move along. Recent form, of course, if you want to see that. Course history. And then the last two, the DraftKings database and my ownership projection model. This is where I put in where I think everybody's going to be. And of course, you can see what what each golfer in the field has been owned at tournaments all the way back to WGC Mexico of last year. So you can really get a good breadth of when people like to play said golfers. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of it, but one thing that I believe is underutilized in this model, and even maybe me a little bit, is these individualized price section breakouts. What I like about this is I can go into the 7K section here, and I can say, all right, I don't really care about ownership or anything like that. I just want to see who the model is rating the best, maybe to give me a few plays. And this week it's Andrew Putnam. Andrew Putnam has had a really good last 52 weeks. Is very good with his irons very good with his wedges at times, and a very good putter. Corey Connors, who hasn't been playing for a few weeks as well. So that gives me a couple of really good ideas of guys that I can go and target in this 7K section. Also, can do it, of course, for the 6K section as well. Come and find out who the model likes best. I guess it's no surprise to go out and see Harry Higgs there as the top model guy from this price section. So, again, no surprise there. Oh, it looks like I might have changed something in my base rating model there earlier when I was in here. I apologize about that. So, it looks like it might be skewing these numbers off just a tad right now. So, I will certainly go and fix that once I'm done. Anyways, just wanted to go over all of those things on a really high level. Of course, if you are part of the awesomemode.com Plus membership, you get to download this information and do with what you please. So certainly take a note in that. And again, a ton of information. I put it up every single week. So if you're interested in more of information like this or have questions, please feel free to reach out to me on any of the mediums where you know you can get in touch with me. And I'll be glad to help you. So until next time, everybody, cheers and thanks for joining.